Mm. Peace and blessings, peace and light, brothers and sisters. Once again, it's the Afrocentric, cosmocentric mystic. Um, just giving a critique of this illness that we see in the community right now, promoting themselves as somebody who is beneficial to the advancement and development of the community. So this brother right here, very strong-willed brother, very quick-witted, has the ability to connect concepts really fast and, wow people who don't study, and then attempt to lead them on a path towards knowledge. What's up? What's up? Hey, good to see you, brother. But his information, see, there's a problem with people that just talk, because talk does not cook the rice. And in this instance, what is the rice? The rice is the human being, the human behavior. The rice is how you act, how you behave, how you contribute to the development of the community, to the development of the people. And in particular, right now, this boy, he don't contribute to the development of jack nothing. When we look at what he does, it's sick and it's sad. And I did one video on him a few weeks back. I don't know. I think it was sometime in November, right? And because this cat is saying, I'm from the streets. The streets is good. The streets is good, and not realizing like it is street mentality that we have to get away from, because we have to be about if you want to be about knowledge, right? Your knowledge has to give you the ability to not only help yourself, but be a benefit and value to the people that you're around. You should be able to uplift your people, your family, and your community with the knowledge that you've gained. You shouldn't, if you have a knowledge that allows you to summarily to say it's okay to put your hands on our women, to degrade our women publicly, to show that which should be private to the public, and then to laugh at them and to say that you shouldn't be disrespected, yet you disrespect another man's daughter all the time. That's wild and crazy, and it should be stopped. None of us exist in a vacuum. We all are interconnected. We all relate to each other. So these people that go over to this group, when they come back, they're damaged, be it from the exposure to sexually transmitted diseases, or their exposure to the psychological damage that this dude is doing to them all the time, that he shows us. I just started looking at this guy like last September or something like that. At first I was fascinated. I thought this dude was like somebody who could live, a balanced spiritual life and had the audacity to do it, which he did. But you listen to his story, right? And then you begin to understand why he Yes, I know. That's not the point, brother. That's not the point. And then you get to understand why he does what he does, because he never healed, right? And so what I'm gonna do right now, though, but it makes no point in really talking to him. And I'm gonna show you why, because I looked at an interview he did where he was out in front of the community. There is absolutely no remorse in this man's character. There is no remorse in what he does, how he does it, and he feels as if though he should be able to do what he wants to do without communal responsibility. If your philosophy, if your ideology, if your faith doesn't make you a productive member of a community, then it's limited. It's very limited. Not to say it's worthless, but it's limited. And so let's go ahead and analyze this. And then and I'll show you how he plays mental games. So in the video I did, he reached out and I was gonna speak with him, but I watched what he does. It's no point in speaking with this dude. There is no point in speaking with this brother. This brother is out here vibrating on a very low level. Just because you have information in the mind does not mean you become the knowledge, the wisdom, and the understanding. Does not mean you become truth, light, love, knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. Does not mean you have the capacity to manifest the knowledge. You understand? Just because you can swiftly say something off the cap and off the dome to connect concepts and to wow people, because that's what ends up happening. It's the wow factor. You're talking to brothers and sisters who've never heard this information before, and they begin to think that you have some sort of special position over them. Just because you can talk does not mean you can transform, as is evident in what goes on over there and what we see. And then honestly, bro, if you say something like, we don't know you, stop putting your business out there. When you went to jail in Hawaii, that was the time to stop. You said you would stop, but you are addicted to the drama. You are addicted to the madness, and that's why you cannot stop. You're a walking contradiction, and you don't have any self-reflective thought, and that's what's going on here. And so talking to you was pointless. And then that was what I was able to see and what I was able to realize. So let's look at this. I'm gonna go ahead and go through this interview that you did and just listen to how you deflected.
Because I have like thousands of videos online. I'm pretty sure you just watched the things people said rather than what people clipped of me, rather than actually going in and watching my stuff.
This is the first issue right here. I'm pretty sure you listen to what people said. 9 times out of 10, when we come across this dude on the YouTube, it's not what people say, it's watching what you do. It's watching his actions. This is the problem. We are seeing visual representations of your knowledge and your wisdom in your violent actions towards the people. This is the problem. What showcasing black violence, showcasing black dysfunctionality is what you're doing. And this is an issue right here. Anybody who does any research on you, she sees this. And this is bad because social media gives someone like you a voice. However, because you have no self-control, because you don't have any understanding of what it takes to truly master the self, you get kicked out all over the place. So, and I'm looking at this panel, you have no clue and no ability to be humble whatsoever at all.
I've actually watched like your YouTube. This was a while ago, like your YouTube videos and all that type of stuff.
It's a while ago, but you should have done your full research to understand what I stand for. But I can get it. Everything, all the little.
Bam! Another thing. You know what a person stands for based on how a person acts. A person can tell you, I don't stand for drinking. Yet you see them at the bar drinking. What does that tell you? And then a person says, do as I say, not as I do. You're a walking contradiction, and you can't even live up to your own teachings. You can't even live up to be the most righteous person that you say a person should be. So that's a big problem right there. That's the issue. That's the problem. It is more important to act. We don't need people in the community showing us how dysfunctional people are. We need people that can heal people. And just because the brothers and sisters over there are talking and defending you, we watch the abuse that you send these people through.
Some information you've heard about me has given you a perception of me that has been warped. You don't know me. I never met you. You never sat down and had an issue with me.
I haven't, but
that's another thing. This is another cop-out. You don't know me. No, nobody knows you personally, but you put so much of yourself online, people know you. After a while, it's a pattern, and behaviors are patterns. Personalities are patterns. And after you've seen enough of a person and you've seen their pattern, you begin to know something of them. And this dude, you spend so much time online. We know enough about you to know that you're dysfunctional. But I mean, listen to the things that you say. Look at the things that you do. You are somebody who feels that they're totally empowered and can do whatever they want with no regard. But that's why you run and hide and you surround yourself around a bunch of young people who don't know any better.
Things that come out your mouth and certain things that you say, how could you?
Yeah, but I say a lot of things, a lot of wise. Okay, hold on.
It's not an argument. It's just
wait, hold on, wait. So what it seems to me, and correct me if I'm wrong, Nature Boy, but it seems to me as if you're saying that if she went and watched all of your videos in particular, she would have a better or more appropriate for understanding of what you are about. Is that what you're trying to say? I'm saying, and on top of that, I'm saying that people are lazy and people just want to instant gratification. This is the way they made our mind with social media, with this Instagram, Snapchat. They took our focus away, so people are not allowed. They can't focus for a long time. So if it's not in 1 minute clips, they just take what's on the surface.
And then we don't need to focus for a long time. We don't need to focus for a long time when you show yourself, having sex with your girls online. We don't need to focus for a long time when you show that you allow your girls to fight each other in the ocean, tearing each other up, bleeding, popping each other in the head. We don't need to do a lot of research. We see what's going on. And as far as you saying it's tribal, bro, you need to do your research. That is not tribal. The way in which Africans resolve their differences rarely involved violence. The way in which, because a community could not thrive if that's the way people resolve differences. That is not healthy and it's not functional. We need healthy examples in our lives, not unhealthy examples in our lives. That's why you're receiving so much heat. That's why the community is polarized in reference to you. And the people saying, let you do what you do, live your life, they're not understanding that life is interconnected. If I or some of my family or my nephew interacts with somebody or somebody that you've been with, they are going to possibly contract whatever STD they came from, they got when they came from your community. They're going to have to interact with the psychological trauma that you have enacted upon them, that you have imprinted upon their consciousness, that they will now have to take years in order to cleanse. So this is why, as a community, we need to watch.
They take what's on the surface and they form their judgments from what's on the surface. But the people that actually do have focus and that can concentrate and are not lazy will do the research. Like your government does research on me. That's why I'm not in prison, because they do the research and they realize like, oh, this is just internet stupid stuff. So if I was all of what they said I would be behind bars, but not be sitting on this line right now.
I mean, I have done my research, or when I have seen it, just to make sure I got a better perspective of what I was hearing. Maybe I was like, oh, maybe I could be wrong, but what I see is like this godlike concept is like, don't do as I do, do as I say type of thing. So that's just what I'm getting from it personally. I'm not saying life is bad, do what you want, but it's just like, it sounds very out there to the average person, you know what I'm saying, that doesn't live your lifestyle. It would make them feel a little uncomfortable.
Yeah, I get it. I totally understand. That when you're hold on, Nature Boy. I totally understand where she's coming from. Like I totally right. Well, hold on, Nature is the way you do it. Get it? Right, Nature. But the thing is, she just told you her conclusion on the matter. She didn't really ask you another question. Yeah, so it's not something to really go into about. So we're gonna go to the next person. I know Gusher wanted to say something. So Gusher, then Hershey Kisses, then Sweet, then Serious. If you want to speak, raise your hand so that I can get you in the queue. But I know, okay, L Boogie. All right, so I know Hershey Kisses, you're already in the queue. You after Gusher, so go ahead, Gusher. Ask your question. And thank you, Nate, for showing up and answering everybody's questions like this. Go ahead, Gusher.
I have a one-on-one.
Yeah, absolutely. You talk.
I'm going to have my actual question in number 6. I'm on Serious Access question.
Okay, cool. Go ahead, Serious. You're going to ask Gusher's question. What What up, Sirius?
What's up? What I want everybody on this panel to realize that that Nature Boy is operating off his beliefs and his beliefs alone. All right, so we can't attach ourselves.
See, that concept right there is off, right? When you say somebody's operating off their beliefs and their beliefs alone, and we can't really, say anything about it. This is true when their beliefs don't affect us. You know what I'm saying? If this cat was just out and about doing his own thing in his own time, in his own way, that's fine. But the fact that everything is online for us to see, for him to influence the minds of the young ones, for him to be out here showing that it's okay to beat women, if they make you mad, if they violate your soft sense of what it means to be a man, if they disrespect you, bro, you ain't nobody like that. This is why this is not okay. It's not okay. It's never okay to say we need to let somebody believe that it's okay to beat a woman. That needs to stop. We know it's not okay, and women, it's not okay. Don't say, oh, it's okay if he beats me. It's okay if he puts his hands on me. You don't want nobody putting your hands on you. So if somebody put their hands on you, you calling the cops and we going to jail. This dude is promoting the dysfunction. Just like the music industry in our community is promoting dysfunction, right now he's appealing to and promoting dysfunction in our community. It's not okay to be like, oh, you have your belief and just let you be. That's okay as long as your belief system does not interact and interfere with the life that anybody else is living. Once it does, then it needs to come under scrutiny. Because if it's a harmful philosophy and it's a harmful ideology, any sane community that cares about its women, that cares about its children, that cares about its future, is going to critique it and going to control it and going to stop it. You don't see healthy communities with rampaging, wild individuals like this, only in this community. Why is that? Why is this cat allowed to still do this in the community? One, social media. That's it, just social media. Two, it's the African community, it's Black people. You know what I'm saying? This is wildness. This is wildness and this is madness. But then there was, the family, that one girl's family, the father and the mother that never gave up on her. That was cool. That was good. Yo, you want me to throw the link up in the chat and come up? Yeah, Nature, he's always playing the victim. And that's the problem. That's the problem. The big thing is we need more people out here critiquing this cat. You know what I'm saying? His appeal, so-called, to the real niggas, so to speak. So let's look at that, right? We are prisoners of colonial war, right? Hold on one second, sister. Wait, let me. All right, it's up in there. And one thing that this system has done is it has seriously tried to dismantle the Black family. You understand? That is one thing that it has made a concerted effort to do, right? And so what we're looking at, so Nature Boy the other day told his story online, and it was a sad story. I'm gonna be real, very similar foster home experience, similar. And then people, I was in a foster home myself, and then you get in the foster home system, you do get those individuals that take in foster children and then try to make them feel like shit. You know what I'm saying? I had several families that did that. You know what I'm saying? But you can come out of that, because one thing that you're able to see as a foster child is the different ways that families. Sister Oshun, what's up?
Hi, Afro. You all right?
I'm good. You doing good today?
Yeah, I'm doing good.
That's what's up.
So you're dealing with suspect number one, yeah?
Yeah.
Suspect one.
Yeah. I wasn't gonna report on this dude, honestly, but this cat is really sick, you know, and it's not healthy or helpful. What I'm trying to, I just want to do this one. I may not do anything after this, but I think people really need to really see what's going on here, because I'm just watching what this is, man. I'm just thinking about it. Like this isn't images. We don't need these images in our mind in order to advance as a community, as people in general. What he does is all. What do you think about it?
Yes, he does a whole lot. I mean, today I saw a video of his group and they weren't looking healthy. One of the women looked like she was about to fall out.
Mm-hmm.
And also, there's some men who believe in his thing, what he's dealing with. So for the conscious community, well, for the ones who wants to connect with self and stuff, he's not good. And because he's been talked about so much, it's like people will use his image on some things unless you tell them, you know, he's not about that life. So yeah, I think he's done a lot.
Right. You know, I do have to say it's kind of a mixed bag. You know what I'm saying? Like I honestly, because you know, I would take it, you know, about the maroon colonies and so on and so forth, right?
Yeah, I do know. Yeah.
Yeah. So he has that maroon spirit. You understand? He has that. You know, if you, I don't know if you've ever read this book, Ron Walters, Pan Africanism and the Diaspora, right? But he's talking about different ways in which we can address our situation over here in America. And one of the ways is creating small communities. That he has the idea, but because he's damaged, you know what I'm saying? Because he hasn't healed from his own psychological traumas, he perpetuates those traumas on others, and then he shows it to us. That's the problem. You know what I'm saying? So by showing it to us, he's impacting our consciousness. And then he's telling, and then people are admiring his ability to abuse these women, his ability to control and manipulate these people, and other people are trying to reproduce what he's doing, and it's unhealthy. You know, it's just damaging our community more. Now, looking at universal laws, looking at karma, like, oh, you know, this is what it's supposed to be. Part of that is true, but then the other part has warriors and has beings of righteousness. You know, it is our job and our duty to confront Isfet, our wickedness, whenever we see it manifest itself. So Nature Boy and his understanding, his philosophy, brothers that are like this, they need to be checked. Because if they come into the community, I definitely don't want them dealing with my sister. I don't want them dealing with my daughter, if I had it, or any sister that I cared about. You understand? Because I don't want any woman that I care about impacted in this way. That's how I feel about the situation. You know, it's disgusting and sad and sick what he does to these people over there. What about, how long have you been following this cat?
I started about 3 years ago. I came across one of his videos. That's before Velvet left as well. When she had her locks, and before he cut her locks, he beat. Oh well, she said she cut her locks, but young Pharaoh was adamant that how it wasn't so. He cut her locks, and then they tried to play it off like it was lice or something. But somebody did actually confirm that they had lice in their camp. But even the beating that he was giving Velvet was part of the foreplay between them, apparently. So,
What do you see? I just started watching this cat, like I said earlier, last year. So I didn't know. Was it the young Pharaoh joint? Didn't that happen? That happened a while ago. I don't even think I saw that one. No, this is when young Pharaoh threatened to fight him, right?
Yeah, there was that one, and then there's one before where Pharaoh does a complete breakdown of like he zooms in on her neck, her hair. She's looking like a real broken woman when you see her. And then there was a time when she was having the baby, and he was calling and he was saying that she's having his wife. So
Wait, I didn't even see that. He said, so he did say that.
yeah, he did say it.
He said,
did.
Wait, he said Velvet is having his wife.
Yes.
What? See, this,
Yes.
so what's going, social media is beautiful in the fact that it made, all of us, it brings all of us closer together, but it's harmful in that it gives, what he has is whatever psychological condition, but he has a personality complex that's influential. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's narcissistic. It's narcissistic, but giving him this platform that he has to showcase this stuff is sick. Oh my God, that's so sick.
Yes, it's very sick.
Even to say that, how could words like that come out of your mouth?
Yeah. He was so brave in saying it because Velvet's dad, when he went over, Velvet's dad was sitting across from him, right? Because Velvet kept run to the embassy. I think she got really early and she tried to get away from it. She ran to the embassy. And she must have called her dad. So her dad and the stepmother came down, and all that, giving it all that like he normally does. He was different. And Velvet's dad said, when I was sitting in the van with you, right, you turned and you slapped my daughter like with your whole 5 palm, the slapped her. And
wait,
and,
he slapped Velvet in front of the dad.
Yeah, he slapped her.
What the hell? In front of the father?
In front of the father. The father was shocked. He couldn't believe it. He couldn't believe it.
Yeah, see, that's abuse. That doesn't need to happen.
Yeah.
Now I'm not gonna say that all sisters are angels. I know that's a backstory lie. But I know as a man, you have no business putting, unless the sister is really trying to beat you with a pan, then you can defend yourself, not hitting her, but defend yourself. Unless it gets real serious, and then you gotta throw all gender rules out the way. But in general, if you're a regular guy and you and your girl are in an argument and she's not listening and she's emotional, you need to step away. You need to do whatever, even if she doesn't want to let you go. Because many sisters, when they argue with you, they want you to sit there and feel the full force of their anger. But as a man, you need to find a way to get out of that situation, because I know that I have the strength to really do some damage. And why do you want to do that to a woman that you love? Even if you're with her, there is a love you still have. Even if you say you don't. As a man, we're not cold-hearted. You understand? Now, so especially if we're spending a lot of time with you. There's a sister that said he beat her, slammed her into the put his knees on her shoulder, punched her. What the heck?
Yes, he slapped her.
And a circle. What?
Yeah, you need to go back a couple years before when you started watching it, and go to World's videos. Go to World.
I checked World out. I checked the T out. I tried. I saw some things that it was entertaining at first, but yeah, that needs to stop. We don't need, and see, you don't need to promote that. Like, I was watching this cat on Bigo the other day and so what I'm realizing is he appealed to the elements. He appealed to the elements in our community that really need to be cultivated and taught true knowledge of self. You understand?
Yeah.
So, because the brothers that I watched kind of co-sign his behavior. These were some real low class type brothers, and I don't care what their financial status was. I'm talking about just in life in general. It's not okay to advocate yeah, if my girl gets out of line, I'm gonna beat her. Are you kidding me? We can't build communities. We can't build nations. You can't build families with an idea that you're gonna beat somebody. That's madness. He also said he
Yeah.
would make his children marry each other to create an incest bloodline.
Yeah, yeah,
What?
but Afro, remember some woman called Aziza who was impregnated by her dad, who was producing for the Fugees.
Wait, a girl is what? Well, I don't know. I don't know. What are you talking? Aziza? Who was Aziza?
Oh, there's a lady called Aziza whose dad was making a cult in his house, and she came on to Evil Live Here, and she was saying that how her dad was impregnating her and her sisters, and this is kind of similar in a kind of a way, I think, because even with his daughter, Lana, go with Nakisha, because oh, I watched it already. Go with Nakisha. Sorry. Yeah. So even what was I saying? Yeah, he
You know, with his
impregnated
daughter?
his daughters. It's in one of my things. It's in one of my videos. You can tap on it where she was explaining what happened. That's the situation Nature Boy is creating, because when you see it like that, somebody who actually lived through that, right, you're thinking, wow. So the fact that Velvet's gone, but I think Velvet's going to return anyway. I really think so, because
Yeah, I've been watching that drama back and forth. That's something else. Both of them have some sort of issues. They got that lovers hate triangle thing going on or whatever, and that's a sickness and illness. That's a so spiritually, that's an indication of dependency. You understand?
yeah,
You know, that's an indication that the person is not whole and not full. Now, of course, they've created a baby together, so that's a life bond that they'll never transcend. But the way in which they go about it, I'm looking at. I mean, both of them have issues. You understand?
yeah,
So, but Velvet, I mean, Velvet's, her thing. She's the victim in this. You know, she's got her mind where it's at. You know, she needs to become strong as a woman and decide for herself. You know, she would rather choose peace, love, and light rather than the darkness and the chaos that Nature Boy produces for her. You know, because that's essentially what it is. And until she makes that decision within herself that she values and cherishes light, she's gonna keep going back. You know, but that's the sad thing, because you have these sisters that constantly go back to the bad boys. That's what Nature Boy represents. He's the bad boy. He's the alpha male. You know, I've watched these people listen to this guy, and it's kind of like, that's interesting. This, understanding human behavior, that's just interesting. We know that he's sick. We understand that he's sick, but people are still coming to him for advice. And what kind of advice can this guy give? I mean, somehow I don't know where he's getting the cash from. He's able to move and stay in all these hotels and whatever. I guess that's the power of social media. But if you look at the lessons if you take lessons from him, you're gonna get the life he has. You understand?
yeah,
And the life that he has is one of instability and chaos. And if that's what you want, go ahead and manifest and reproduce that. But what is going to end up happening is just a bunch of more. It's just you're going to produce more sick children, more sick people. So there's a pregnant girl there called Zoka, and he said to her unborn child is a demon. Wow. And the young girl Zoka even went on a light and said her child was a demon to co-sign Nature Boy.
yeah.
Wait.
Yeah.
He said her child was a demon?
Yeah. But they were saying because it wasn't born, because she didn't conceive in the tropics. So
this guy's philosophy about, you know what? No human civilization has ever strictly stayed in the tropics. You can't name me one single great civilization that does that. Even this boy takes the Bible and quotes from the Bible. And the Bible wasn't even conceived of in the tropics. Like, it doesn't make any sense. You know, humans have the ability to adapt and evolve to all circumstances on the earth. You know, it is our ability to manifest higher consciousness and our ability to attune ourselves to nature, which will allow us to understand how we can survive in whatever environment we find ourselves in. It's more than just, I mean, the sun is beautiful. I was in Africa, you know, in Ghana for a moment, and that was beautiful. I was in Florida for a second, and I definitely feel the vibration, feel the pull. You understand? But there are benefits to each area of the earth. And depending on how you live, if you become attuned to the cycles, if you are engaged in ritual, if you're engaged in meditation, you can get the wisdom to live in that area and manifest a higher level of consciousness. It's not just where you live. I mean, where you live is fine. It helps to have an environment. That's the, I don't know if you have you read Sheikh Anta Diop?
I haven't read it, but I do know of his books and seen his videos.
Right. Okay. So Sheikh Anta Diop developed this thing called the two cradle theory, right? And the two cradle theory states that mankind developed after mankind reached the Homo sapiens sapiens stage across the board. So we're talking about 150,000 years in Africa and 20,000 something years in Europe. The environment that they found themselves in helped shape and form their consciousness. And so there was the southern cradle, right, where the Africans found themselves. And in the southern cradle, there was an abundance of resources. You know, life was beautiful. What Natureboy is promoting, you know, move to the southern cradle, move to the tropics, you know, so you can get the downloads and so you can manifest higher ways of wisdom. But then, and so that's kind of how, you know, Africans evolved. And that's why in Africa, the supremacy of the female took place. Like, there was a high reverence for the woman, because the woman was able to the woman's value was known. There's also a theory that women kept the secret of birth from men, and so that's kind of that was done by Charles Finch, Echoes of an Old Dark Land. But that's just a theory. But anyway, but nonetheless, that's why you still have a strong matriarchal line in Africa even to this day. I mean, in Ghana right now, you can go and meet the current, you know who Yaa Asantewaa, you know, you've heard of Yaa Asantewaa, right?
Yeah, I have. Yeah, she's one of my heroes.
Right. Say that again?
Yaa Asantewaa.
Yeah,
she's one of my heroes. Yeah, sorry.
Right. So that's actually a title. And so when I was in Ghana, I met the current Yaa Asantewaa. And, you know, she's a strong, I met the current Yaa Asantewaa. And her whole thing was she was in the process of building a community center for the people in a certain region in Ghana. I think it was Kumasi where we were. And then when I went to one of the villages in Ghana, I met a queen mother, right? Who, you know, her whole thing was social equality. You know, she was meeting with us to figure out how to develop certain areas in order to assist the people. And so it was like, you know, there's a reverence and a deep respect for women. And because there was have you heard of Obati Shaka's, you know who Obati Shaka is?
Yeah, I think I do actually.
Yeah, Obati Shaka wrote the book, The African Mother Principle of Male-Female Equality, right? And and this is a principle that I live by, right? Which he said in African societies, all just males and females were equally empowered to rule society, right? Now that was something interesting to read, but then to actually go into Ghana and see it, that was something. So this is the Southern cradle mentality, right? But in the Northern cradle, when the Africans that went up into the Northern cradle, they had to adjust. And so they had to adapt to harsh environments, right? And so they developed a more patriarchal system. They developed a way of life in which brute force was more revered than the ability to garden, the ability to take care of the home. And so the woman actually became a burden on the man. And this is the current tradition that we find ourselves in the West. And so violence, anger, brute aggression became valued. And this is this is what you have in this is what manifested in their high cultures. Look at Greece, look at Sparta, look at Rome. You know, this is what they value, these qualities of man, so to speak. Value, you know, deceit, dishonor, all things used to survive. You understand? Which, and these are not in the Southern cradle, you have Ubuntu philosophy, which is an African philosophy of Ma'at. These are valued. You understand? Living interdependently and coexisting. This is so. Yeah. Anyway, I'm kind of going off, but
it's okay.
Yeah, this is what is valued, and so our women are leaders and the co-creators of our civilization. When you look at our greatest civilization, and Kemet, I think you said this yesterday, you always saw the male and the female together. Or somebody said this, you always saw the pharaoh with his the Nesu with the Nesuite is what they were called. So to come now to where we idolize a man that promotes beating women is a sad fall. We've fallen far from the tree. You understand? And so this is no, it's not. You don't go and you beat anybody that disrespects you. Stop doing things where people get into a position of disrespecting you. You manifest in your life what you are. Your life will be a manifestation of your energy, not what you know, but what you do. That has more power to shape lives than what you know. You can speak about what you know and influence the people to kind of gather around you, but what you do impacts consciousness, and that's a problem. He said he makes money by making a member take out loans and claim unemployment. Oh,
yeah, and Pornhub.
Interesting. Yeah, I mean, this cat
too, because what he does when he was, and not only that, I think World is onto something because what he's promoting is the gay agenda thing.
Oh yeah, I saw that. You know, he was
there's a lot in it, really.
Yeah, he was talking about the other day, but he said he makes the guys down there swallow his sperm.
Yeah.
What kind of madness?
But they confirmed it. But Afro, they confirmed all this as well. They confirmed all this, and plus the book what Sybil's written. Sybil, one of the ex-members. The only thing they're trying to do is figure out Mama Dia's death. Who was there? Who was around? You know.
But I thought, but that's what's the but that's a long time ago, right? So why are they trying to figure that out?
Because the family wants to know what happened, because the family's on Bigo as well. The daughter was on Bigo with him, because I'm not on Bigo, because that app don't really entice me. The daughter was on there, and I think the son or cousin or somebody, and they wanted answers from him. So they still want to know what happened to her after all this time.
Yeah, that was like before Tyler Perry. His coat reminds me of Tyler Perry's show Ruthless.
Yeah, everybody says that. Yeah. I'm still trying to see it.
Yeah. Actually, that's actually correct. Yeah, don't. Well, it's sick. But you know, Tyler Perry, this brother, whatever.
I used to like it.
Yeah, he's promoting these images. These images need to stop. It's abusive. And then, but the problem, here's the problem. talking to this guy is not going to help, right?
Mm.
He does what he does. That's why he, you know, like I said a few weeks ago when I made my first video, you know, because I was listening to him say, like, I'm from the streets. I'm from the streets. I'm like, you know, people need to stop glorifying the streets. Even people from the streets don't want to be in the streets.
Mm.
You know, like people in the streets are doing what they're doing in the streets to get out the streets. Nobody likes the streets. Nobody whoever was there, nobody who was in it or nobody who was raised from it wants to be there anymore. Everybody hates it because it's chaos, it's struggle, it's pain, it's trauma, it's depression, it's oppression. Nobody likes it. So he's out here promoting it. This is a 30-year-old man, whatever, saying it like something. That's craziness. You understand? So, I mean, that's an uncritical analysis of our situation.
Yeah.
Even young Pharaoh, the brother said he was in the streets, but that brother wants to get out.
Yeah, he does. He does.
He made it. He made his deals. He kind of cut his deals with the government or whatever. Did his Republican thing, and is living the life now, so to speak.
Yeah, he's proper with his family because I didn't realize that his wife did videos until the other day when they took the family photo. That's when I realized. So they're promoting the nuclear family. That's what they're promoting, which is good.
Now young Pharaoh, his attack on Black consciousness, you know, I have an issue with, and his promotion of aliens, that thing is kind of off. But in reference to doing what it takes to build the Black family, doing what it takes to show positive images, that he's you know, bar none, he's one of the best. You know, so far you don't hear or see him like Polite out here doing too many scams.
Oh, tell me.
Now I'm saying too many because I don't know if he's done any. So because I don't follow him like that.
Yeah, I'm the same.
Yeah, Polite. I've heard about Polite scams, and see, it's this gift of gab and the jabberjaw that's getting these people, you know, what it is that they got. But see, they don't. But their problem is they don't have any real systems of cultivation to offer. Even young Pharaoh, you know, young Pharaoh, they have information to offer, but information is not transformation. And you know this from your experience.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And also, Afro, I was telling some young men about you as well. There's one called Bronze Flat King, and he runs this thing called Trigger, and he has a young guy on there. The guy, his name is Prophet Pre, and he was saying, you know, like we need solutions. We need solutions. They Bronze Black King, he does like streams like this.
What? Okay, you said Bronze Black King.
Bronze Flat King is, but if you haven't linked him, I think I could put it into your comment section, innit?
Yeah, but wait until don't put it in there now. Like go back and like don't put it in the comment section now. Oh yeah, you can put it now. I can copy it down, but all the comments that happen right now are gonna go away.
Oh, okay.
And then if you wanted to put it up there for me to see later, you would have to come back and view the video. But if you put it up there now, I can copy the address down.
Yeah, because they were saying yesterday they're blind, they're not making it so that you can't put links into the chat.
Oh, that's what YouTube is doing now?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I know they're changed. I know that YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram did some sort of change on the 21st related to your information. So I know they're going through some sort of reorganization due to the freedom of information. And Mark Zuckerberg was like taken to court and like forced to do a class action, forced to concede to some class action lawsuit about privacy laws. So I know about that. But this one sister, Sarah, said spread awareness because he's showing African culture in such a bad light. Yep.
Mm.
Yep.
Yeah, it's true.
It's Ethiopian from a tribal culture and don't practice any of these family values, and that's right. Because Sarah, I would guarantee that your culture promotes ways of life that promotes the beneficial raising of the individual so that they can be their best self. Not beating people, not sexually molesting people so that you can please your own self. That's sickness. And so I honestly came on here to critique this video because looking at the mindset of this man is really interesting. But you know what?
Yeah.
He's just somebody who needs to be handled because he's not gonna listen. In life, you see, karma works out. So life is working out where it keeps trying to kick you until you learn, you know. But somehow, some way, he keeps making it, you know.
Yes.
And we're watching. We're literally watching. Because karma is like this. The laws of karma work like this, right? The laws of life, right? You do a bad thing, you get kicked to the bottom, and then you have to build yourself up, right? You build yourself up by adhering to those rules and laws that create balance. You know what I'm saying? You don't give into any energies that create chaos. You know, even though you may have a desire to do something, but you know, if you sit and you think about the outcome of that action, and if you see it leads to chaos, you know, divert what you're about to do an action that brings peace and balance. And the more times you do actions that bring peace and balance, you alleviate that karmic debt of chaos, right? And so then you build yourself back up. This is when you hit rock bottom, this is what you do to build yourself back up. I mean, I know this from personal experience. I'm not just talking. Like,
same.
You know, found myself homeless several times, and I just had to adhere to righteousness. And I go out. I knew what the path of drugs was. You know what I'm saying? I knew what all the different paths was, and I knew exactly what I had to do, which was calm the mind, deal with the situation, and move out of it. You see, I found myself homeless in different situations, and I knew that's what had to be done, because if I give into, you know, I see myself in this situation, and this is the totality of who I am, then that leads to certain actions. But if you know yourself as the divine essence, and you know everything is temporary and things take place in space and time, and that you're just playing karma out, you can wait it out. But anyway, we keep seeing this cat get kicked down, get back up, and get kicked down again because he never learns his lesson. It's like a little kid touching a hot stove over and over again. So, and he's so arrogant and narcissistic, it's just going to keep happening until something really transpires.
Well, I have a theory on that one, because he's actually doing the Jim Jones thing right now. You know, the ending of it before they died. They stand up and they're talking, and then they're thinking the government's gonna come get them.
I heard him. You know, a little further in this video, he says this civilization is going to end, and it's going to only be us that come out and restart it. So it's apocalyptic. In any apocalyptic type of preacher, this is how Christianity in its early years spread so fast, by preaching the end of the world. You know, any apocalyptic type of teaching, you know, you got to watch out for. But that mindset, this apocalyptic mindset, when you start teaching the end is coming, that has a draw on the human mind. You read about all of these preachers and these teachers that talk about the end of the world, and all these people do certain things, and then that time period, you remember 2000, you remember, what was it, Y2K?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, remember Y2K was supposed to be all this computers, every doom and gloom sells. People adhere to, like, we're going through that right now. You know, with this COVID virus thing and this vaccine. Did you see that nurse the other day pass out from the vaccine?
Yeah, I put it on my channel as well, funnily enough.
Yeah.
I see the breakdown. I've got to finish watching your video on it though.
I was just like, are you kidding me? You know, honestly, I did a video a few weeks ago talking about the vaccine, like, and I said basically I'm gonna wait to see what happens to people, right? Honestly, I thought I would have to wait at least until June before people start saying, "Oh, I'm having reactions." Now, I didn't think I would have to wait to watch it on the news right after they got injected. Like, that's crazy. And then all of these people are having all these adverse reactions, but it's this fear. I didn't know how powerful fear was until I saw this COVID stuff happen now. I knew fear was powerful. Reading the Willie Lynch letter, how fear is used to control people, but I didn't know how powerful. People are willing, people are willing to make themselves guinea pigs out of fear, and then they're hurting. This one girl in Canada went to anaphylactic shock. What the heck?
Wow.
So,
gosh.
Yeah, this apocalyptic preaching, it's going to have power over some people, and they're going to gravitate towards it. I mean, what I saw, what I'm looking at, I mean, he appeals to a certain degree, a certain level of people. And that's just it. They're gonna, and then I watch these people protect him. That's the other thing that I found fascinating. And then live your truth, brother. Do your thing. If your truth is beating a woman, don't do your thing. You need to be stopped.
Yes.
If your truth is passing around HIV and STDs, you need to be stopped. That's why there's laws against it.
Yes.
Don't live your truth like that.
Yeah,
that's a whole different level of living your truth. If my nephew ran into any girl from Carbonation, she's out. He's done. That's the danger, because these girls go over there and then they come back into society. What's they call? They call Trump a super spreader.
Yes.
This is super spreading STDs in our society, and let you do your thing. You have the audacity to live your truth, and your truth is to spread disease in our society. No, that needs to.
Well, I've been saying that because he's been doing this from 2015. He started to do it, so he's been doing this for a long time, and he has the gift of the gab. So, but you can see on his face what's going on with him, right? I mean, when you get older, yes, your face does change slightly, coloration does go because it happens, or sometimes you get a little bit alopecia. Yes, that happens. But I googled the symptoms of HIV, and he's got the patches, and he's got the rashes, the breakout, literally, and yeah. You actually see, and then he's doing rituals as well on top of it, sex magic, all sorts of things on top of it. So obviously he's always stronghold over everything else. Even though people saying the Baphomet is balanced. It's not the Baphomet, as everyone keeps saying.
Yeah, they don't know what they're talking. That's an image that conjures up, medieval witchcraft, and they're just playing off of people's ignorance.
Yeah. Yes, definitely.
They're just playing off of people's ignorance. When people use terms, even like demon, Satan, when people use those terms, I mean, those are what am I looking for? That's shock value, because people have this myth that these are actual entities versus aspects of the self. Aspects of the lower self are behaviors engaged in so often and so much, they become so powerful within you that it's like they take on an energy and entity in and of themselves. But this is you. These are behaviors that it's like a drunk. It's like somebody who drinks, and they find themselves acting like they're drunk when they haven't been drinking. It's like you take on those characteristics and those traits of being drunk because you express them so much that now they're easier to express within you because you've opened that portal within yourself. And so likewise, when you engage in any behavior, good or bad, you increase his energy on you.
Yes, because I call him a demon, but that's because I went and I researched what a demon was. So, I mean, I call him a demon because there were loads of different demons in the Solomon seals. There's loads of demons. There's all type of demons. So the demon, whatever demon he represents, is whatever was called into him at a young age. So you know,
He talked about what happened to him. He
yeah,
went to a foster home and he was molested in the foster home.
yeah,
And so that's when it happened. You know,
yeah.
and then after that, he never recovered. Now you can feel sorry for him on that level, but if he begins to talk and then start his manipulation game, he all of that sympathy goes out the door because now he's a danger.
Yeah.
He never healed from his trauma, so he is showing us his trauma online.
Yeah, it's true.
You know,
it's true. I'm gonna boil the water. It's true.
That's what it is.
True. Yeah, Afro, I'm gonna cut off here because I just got to do something here. But I'll be listening to you right now. But we'll definitely talk again.
Yeah, definitely. It's been beautiful, sister. I'll talk to you later.
All right then. Okay.
All right. Peace.
All right. Bye.
Bye. All right, so that was a blessing. The sister's it's always good when the sister comes up to speak. Really, that was the recap. Honestly, I was really gonna recap this video, but that pretty much covers it. You know what I'm saying? So listening to this guy, I mean, I'm not gonna make this, a life thing where everybody's out here talking about, well, these people out here talking about it, making, it their life's missions to understand what's going on. I'm not doing that per se. I mean, there's enough people that feel a certain way about them like that, but I just feel as if though, like, I need to make this statement because it's a sickness. And in our community, we need people that will build up our people, and then we need people that will build up people in general, not people that will tear people down, not people that will send people through more trauma to bring that trauma to the community. Okay. We need people who can heal, because even without the addition of anybody else in our lives, we have to heal from our own personal pains. We need to set up healing spaces. We need to set up safe, sacred spaces in our houses, in ourselves, so that we can be a beacon of light to others, not a lamp of darkness. And then what you can't possibly support somebody who promotes pain and suffering. That's sick. But yeah. I only meant to be on here for a moment. Peace and light. Peace and love.